it's very interesting. Almost all lead poisoning cases work the same way. What you have is a child who, for whatever reason, was brought to his doctor or her doctor to be tested for lead. And if that lead test comes out at 10 or above, that's considered outside the range of normal. That's considered high. The doctor is required by law to notify the New York City Department of Health about that fact. And once the New York City Department of Health is notified that a child tested high, the first thing they do is they contact the family, they find out where that child lives, they go to the home and they test the home. So most of the time when a client comes to me, I already know that the child tested high. I already know that the New York City Department of Health has gone into that that apartment and has tested it, and they will probably have found lead. And if they didn't find lead, then you got to figure out where else the kid got poisoned from. But 99 times out of 100, they find it from the apartment because that's where the child is exposed, and that's where they get the lead poisoning from. So most of the time when I get approached by a client, you already know that they have high lead levels in their blood. You already know that the apartment is contaminated, because when the Department of Health comes, not only do they inspect and test, whenever they see an area of lead, they stamp it on the wall with a stamp that says lead, and they also prepare a report that indicates exactly where in the apartment the lead was found. They send a notice to the owner, and the owner is required to do the abatement. But in those situations, the owners can and will be held liable, because if they knew there was a child living in that apartment, it was their responsibility to make sure that there was no lead.